You ever been browsing on Amazon and you think, man, how do they sell that for so cheap with all these knockoffs? Well, we're going to find out with this little gaming console called the 35XX, made by who knows who. So originally today I was going to continue the review of the other gaming console, the other emulator that I got. You can check that video out, the one with the joysticks and everything. And today was the last day of school. My son stayed home, so he wasn't giving it up. He's been playing that a lot. Both my kids have been playing that emulator console a whole bunch. So I couldn't just steal it from him. He was going to have fun on his, his last day of school, or I guess, last Friday was his last day of school. This is technically his first day of summer. There we go. I couldn't take it from him when he's having so much fun. But what I did pick up in the meantime was this 35XX, which is another emulator. And I got this one actually from Amazon. It was about 80 bucks shipped. You can get it directly from whoever's website sells this. It's Anbernic is what it says on it. RG35XX. It has a 2600 milliamp hour battery inside, and it is a full emulator, and it goes up to what they call Generation 4. So PlayStation 1, I think, is as far as it goes. But Super Nintendo, the Genesis, the 32X, you've got all the MAME cabinets, you've got pretty much all the same stuff that was on the other unit that I got. This one, the SD card is a little bit easier to get to. But I'm still wondering, how do they sell this stuff on Amazon? Because while this doesn't have any Mario Brothers in it, it still has a lot of other games that I would figure maybe they would be still covered under copyright. Now, I'm sure a lot of these aren't. Bubble Bobble, are the original creators of Bubble Bobble going to come after these guys who are also, of course, based in China, and you cannot sue them unless you're a Chinese national, so maybe that's why they can sneak this in. But you would think that Amazon would get some copyright strikes at least, and they would have them taken down. But of course, they just pop up elsewhere under other brand names, which is the issue that we're having with our motors. The only motors that you can find of Holmes Hobbies on Amazon are fake. And when we pointed that out to Amazon, they shut down. At the time, there was about 60 fakes on there, and then they required us to get UL listing on all of our products, even single wires. We needed UL listing on those, even though they're low voltage and they don't require UL listings. Amazon then made our entire store get UL listings, which if you've ever done the process, if you have 100 products in a store and you're trying to get UL listings for them, it can be anywhere from a few $1,000s to $10,000 per product to get a UL listing. And of course, it takes a lot of time. Now, we have seen these fakes pop back up, and they don't have UL listings. No, none of the servo makers do. Nobody who's selling knockoff Holmes Hobbies motors have UL listings, but they do require it for us as a legitimate vendor who is shutting down guys who are selling fakes. So, it is an interesting position to be in, to see, these things being sold under so many brand names, having obviously pirated ROMs on there, which a lot of the ROMs I actually owned as games, which makes it okay. I still have the consoles. I still have all of the games themselves. But let's just take a little deep dive into this and show you what it's about. The screen is actually really good on this, and you have this option screen on here. I'm going to turn up the brightness. I usually just turn it down. Where is it here? Icon, date, I/O, battery shutdown, backlight brightness. Boom. So now you can probably see that. I'll just keep it right here, and we shall return. So it's a pretty straightforward thing. You can either search for your games with a search function. You can look into history to see, what have you played. Legend of Zelda. This is a link to the past. It's not Legend of Zelda, yet it's labeled as Legend of Zelda. The other Legend of Zelda, which is marked as a favorite, is not Legend of Zelda. It's some other I don't even know what it is. It's still a Zelda, I guess. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. It's obviously the NES console Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even says right there on the card of what it is, which, yeah, it is what it is. NBA Jam. Oh, it's a classic favorite of mine. Boy, was that a favorite. They've got that on here. One thing I would like to mention that is a difference between the consoles is that on this one you have multiple save spots. On the one that I got, the arcade style, you only have one save spot per game, which can be kind of annoying. But on this one you have like 8 of them, so let's just say I'm going to go into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can probably guess where I saved. Alright, so you press this menu button right here after you listen to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle music. There we go. Alright, so we're going to load the game. We've got all these load spots right here. Yeah, alright, I'm loading number 2. It's in the water level. Oh no, I'm already doing badly. It's in the water level. Of course it's in the water. Oh boy, I'm just killing myself. So I've never actually made it through this before. I am going to exchange to Ralph. I didn't know you could exchange while you're in the water level, but you can. So now I have full health. I'm gonna get shocked like crazy. Oh, I bet I made it through. There we go. Oh boy, I'm not paying attention well. As far as emulators go, this one's actually pretty good. I haven't found any glitches yet. Alright, so we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down. Yeah, I haven't found any glitches yet that, you know, I would consider a deal breaker. It works just as any of the other ones. And the way that this one is, instead of having everything just lumped into one large emulator, it's actually, you know, they actually give you different emulators. So if you want to play SNES or NES or whatever, I'm gonna die, and I died. This one was always a hard level. Yeah, I'm not gonna get to any of that. Yeah, so you go into actually play the games. Let's get out of here, right here, and you select your emulator. So PS1, Vertical Arcade, CPS, Neo Geo, FBA Hack, which that is, you know, Aliens versus Predators, Capcom stuff, Dino, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs again. Hey, that one, you know, there's a lot of emulators for, you know, whatever you would find in an arcade. The MAME, that's another arcade one. Hook, Double Dragon, Super Contra, etc., etc. RoboCop, Aero Fighters. Let's see, GBA. What is that? Game Boy Advance. NES. Y'all know what an NES is? SNES. Super Nintendo, of course. SMS. What was that? That was the Sega Genesis? Was that the yeah, that was the I don't know what they call it. SMS, whatever. MD. That would have been the is that the Saturn? Or is that the Genesis? Maybe the same stuff. Okay, no. This one is different. Was this SMS? Was that the 32X? Well, it doesn't matter. GBC, Game Boy Color. GB, that would be the Game Boy. PCE game. I don't remember the PCE console, but it looks like it is maybe the original Nintendo style stuff. Shinobi, Batman. Which Batman is it? Let's just look. This looks, yeah, 1989. Push the run button. Well, I don't know what run button is. I'll push start. Okay. Let's see. Gotham City. Yeah, this looks like a NES. I don't know why I got ripped. Oh, no, I don't remember this one. Oh, yeah, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to go back to the... Alright. Getting distracted here. In GPC, what would that have been? That would have been the handheld Neo Geo, I believe. We have the Game Gear from Sega. If you remember that one, they practically had no fun games for it. I had a Game Gear as a kid, trying to be different from all my friends with the Game Boys, and that was a mistake. And then we have this, WSC. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Can I see? Yeah, I don't remember. Final Fantasy, a bunch of Final Fantasies, Naruto. Hey, Dragon Ball. I don't remember what emulator this would be. Doesn't matter. So, one thing I would like to note, this is very typical, I'm finding, on these sorts of like all-inclusive emulators. We've got cards on here. Look, it shows you all of them. You know, hey, yeah, you can see exactly what it is. There's a card, there's the card, there's the card. You get into it just a little bit, and on some of them, okay, not on the PS1s, you get into it a little bit, and it just doesn't have cards. Okay, so we're on whatever this cabinet would be. You get through the first 20, they all have cards, and then after that, there's no cards. There's no nothing. And that is pretty much how they do all of these. They'll have cards up to a certain point, and then no more cards. And I wonder if it's not like you go to a store and you try these out, right? So I would think, maybe it's so that people, they see the first few, they're impressed, oh, that's cool, and then that's as far as you get. But, from the Neo Geo, King of Fighters, evidently he was big on the Neo Geo. I never saw King of Fighters growing up, but evidently it's really big. We got Metal Slug in here. We get through to, all right, we're 55 in, and no more cards. No more cards. It just, it doesn't, there's a lot of Chinese and Japanese games in here. And they definitely don't have English translations. So, it is what it is. All right, same for this. You get through to basically the first 20, exactly 20 on this one, and no more cards. So, something to at least be aware of, that these are relatively incomplete. And if you want to curate some exact games that you want on your emulator, on this one at least the SD card's right there, easy to get to, you can do that. You can add the cards, you can add all the information that you want. You probably want to remove a lot of these so you have more save states available, because that's the one limitation, is that when you start saving games, you're saving the state of the game up and until that point, and it's almost like saving a full game in a sense. It's like a replica of the actual emulated game. So if you start running out of room, you either have to know what game to go in to delete those save games, or you have to just start deleting games that you're not using. That's another way. Or you can go into the SD card itself and thumb through all of the files. I'm not sure if the save states are within the actual emulated game. As far as would it be a tree? Would it be inside of a folder? I don't know how this one works. But typically you would have your ROMs all stuffed into folders with similar ROMs from the same console, and then your save states are going to be in another one, but I don't know. Again, I'm going to have to get into this a little bit more. Looks like we had an auto time off on that. I've probably talked about this enough. Overall, would I recommend this? If you're looking for a handheld console to just go somewhere and play with your off time or whatever, let's say my daughter's going to gymnastics, I've got an hour and a half plus to just sit around. I don't really want to be on my phone that entire time. There's only so much you can do. I don't have any apps except for YouTube on there, and YouTube Shorts is one of those things that you can easily get lost in it. And what have you done with your life? Same thing that you would do with this, I guess, except for I probably won't be as mad or incited about whatever the new social thing to be mad about is if I'm playing this versus scrolling on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or whatever your favorite app would be. Let me know in the comments, what's your guilty pleasure, so to speak? Is it going to be something like TikTok or YouTube Shorts, or do you hate YouTube Shorts? I think that the majority of my viewers aren't going to be very big fans of them. I never liked YouTube Shorts personally, and then when I got in the car wreck and I was literally laid in bed for 2 weeks straight, it somehow got its hooks in me. And I was like, I guess I'll watch a few of these. Oh, haha, that's funny. Oh, that's a neat dance routine or whatever. And then it curated this little path for me that's like, oh, you'll like this, and maybe you'll see one of these, and do you like that? And it just curated this path through all the shorts until suddenly now I'm getting weird bodybuilding shorts. It's like, I don't care about bodybuilders. No, okay, some fitness, that's cool. Oh, back to bodybuilders again. What are you doing? It's interesting the way that they work, and I feel like it's almost a social engineering of we'll dip your toes in the water with a couple of funny skits, and then now we're gonna go full on into bodybuilders because you're a man, and whatever alpha mindset grind set thing that it's been interesting to watch this happen. I still don't like it, and somehow it still gets its hooks in me. So back to the point. Would I recommend this? For $80 shipped on Amazon, it's a pretty freaking good deal for just the hardware. But then it comes with, 2,000 emulated games or whatever it has. Even if it's only a couple of hundred emulated games, there's a lot of classics on here. And on top of that, you can go to websites like, what's that one website, Andrew?
Like EMU Paradise.
What Paradise?
EMU.
EMU Paradise.
So,
this is one that I don't recommend that you go to specifically, but this is a website that you could go to, and you can get more ROMs. There's plenty of places that you can get ROMs. However, I don't know which ones you can trust, because some of them may have bad things in them. It's just kind of how it is. So if you already have emulated cabinets and you have safe ROMs, then you can put them on this. So I would actually recommend it. I believe you can go directly to their website, to Abernix or Ambernix or however they say it, and you can get it for less cost. However, you will have to wait. It's not the fast Amazon Prime version. It is what it is. These are all over Amazon, all over eBay. There is this version. There's bigger versions that are more expensive. Instead of being at 80, it's like 120 bucks, but it goes up to like PlayStation 2 cabinets, which is kind of cool. You know, and the similar style ones. So it'd be a whole new set of ROMs. So there we go. I would actually recommend this. I have really been digging it, and I haven't been spending a whole bunch of time on it, but I've been spending enough time, and it's kept me off the phone here and there, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, there we go. I'll probably do some ROMs on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to the other one because the kids have stolen it by now, but I would like to go through and curate the ROMs on this a little bit better and just kind of see what's up. But so far, I'm really liking it. And I am probably going to be keeping it with me. And when I travel and go places, yeah, I'm going to bring it. So there you go. The 35XX from Anbernic. Whatever ROM emulator this guy is, I think it's a good deal. So there you go. Any questions, leave them down below. I'll do my best to get to them. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.